Good evening, everyone. Are you night owls? Happy Friday, technically, right? We're on Friday morning now. Hey, everyone who was here early. Appreciate you being here. Kay, I don't know if Kay still here? I know she said she might crash because she's on the West Coast apparently. So there it's 2 a.m. It's gonna be 2 a.m. But Lavina, what up? Debbie, Applejack, welcome. Naya, hey there. Hi, Lucy, La Sovia, Kelly, JV, Tracy, welcome. The bomb. Hi, Linda. Me vale madre. What's up? Yeah, I know. Not sure if I was going to get around too much to do stuff this weekend. So, let me kill this. So, I was asked about my opinion on something, and I've been thinking about it for a few days. And I'm like, yeah, I just want to say stuff on a couple topics. Not a big deal. I'm not trying to start trouble or not trying to step into the trouble or anything like that. But I was just thinking about the whole thing, the whole social media thing, and I'm trying to remember. I remember when I first went live. This is with the other page I was with. I didn't want to go live. My partner at the time was like, "Come on, help me out. You just control stuff and I'll do all the talking." I was like, "All right, you'll do all the talking? Okay, good." And so I did that. I was kind of like the producer. So we did that for a few shows, and then I think it was Zach. Zach works at AM radio, KURV News Radio here in the Valley, in South Texas. This was, I want to say, going on about 3 years ago. And went live, did a few shows, and then Zach says, "How come you don't say anything?" Like, well, it's politics mostly, and him, so and so, he's doing all the analyzing. He's like, "Yeah, but you're just sitting there, like you're on camera, but you're not saying anything. You maybe participate or do something." Like, all right. So he talked about it. Like, all right, I'll jump in, or I'll ask you questions or whatever. And then finally, that one show, we did one, and I participated, and that was it. I was hooked. Granted, it was politics back then. Hey, Barbara Wilson, it was politics, local politics at that. I mean, and it was national also, but so we did that for a while. It was actually a pretty good thing we had going there. And then, he and I had our disagreement. We had a falling out, and I walked away from that. And then, and it was always a problem when I wanted to go solo whenever he was not available. And even though he always said, "Oh yeah, do whatever you want. You want to go." And then I would do it, and he's like, "Well, why'd you go without me?" I was like, so it didn't feel right because it wasn't mine, and I wanted to say stuff. So we had a falling out, and then just a couple days later, I was like, "This is my chance. Do I want to go online? Do I want to continue and go live?" and thought about it for about an hour, and then started thinking of different names and what am I going to call the program and what am I going to talk about. And it was kind of it was kind of rushed because I wanted to do it. I wanted to get it started before the holiday season. I mean, this was already at Thanksgiving already. So just a few days later, I want to say it was the 27th of November, and put everything together, got all the accounts going and all the pages going, and then that's how I started. And and I know the question came up, and somebody asked me about my opinion on some of the things that Digital Dimwit was saying. And he's talking about people going live and what's the purpose of it and why do people go live? And I'm thinking, why do people go live? I know a lot of people go live to sell or showcase their art or their business even. A lot of them do hair and makeup. Makeup tutorials are freaking huge. I started watching. It's kind of what I got interested in leading up to the whole thing about streaming Vanessa. I was watching Bailey Sarian. You know who Bailey Sarian is? And she does makeup. Obviously, I didn't watch it because of makeup, but she would talk about crime stories. While she was doing her makeup, she'd tell the story of Jeffrey Dahmer or John Wayne Gacy or all these other serial killers that we've never heard of before. And she would tell the story. And so I took that as I took that. I liked what she did. All right. So now fast forward a little bit. Well, I was with the other program. We had Vanessa on the program because she was running for something at the time. So we had her on a couple of times, maybe 3. Maybe it was only 2 times. And so we had some interaction with her then. And then fast forward, didn't talk much about her at all, kind of forgot about her really. And then I know that Frank, No More Cheesemith page, used to show her videos and stream her. And they would put up the video, kind of like the way Ultimate Deception does now. They just put up the videos and they showed that, right? But then it came up like, hey, Vanessa's on a forum. And like, can say, could you stream it? Some of us want to watch it. All right. So I just streamed it. And I streamed it, but I was kind of commenting, kind of like a sports event. And then it was over. And I was like, and that video is still live, but it's still on my list of videos. And then the live was over. I went on with my day. Oh, I thought I was going to go on with my day. And then somebody said, hey, she's in her car. She's kind of talking about what happened at the forum. You should stream that. All right. So I looked. Yeah, okay. I streamed it. So what I did was I just started commenting, responding to what she was saying or this and that. To be honest, I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch or listen. And I never go back to watch or listen myself ever. But in this case, I might have to. And then I believe later that night she went live again, and I was like, "What again? What? I got to stream this, see what she's talking about." So that kind of took off. It was a thing, streaming her, commenting, reacting to it. What is she saying? Why is she saying this? Or what's wrong with her? Or whatever it was. I was reacting to her video. And I started getting some criticism. I don't want to call it hate because that word, it's not hate. It's just people criticizing. Oh, that's what Frank used to do. Now you're copying Frank. Frank's mad because you're copying him. And I was like, well, I'm not copying him. He just plays the videos. I'm showing the video and doing commentary. So somebody was trying to say that there was a friction there with Frank. He was angry. So I called Frank. I called him. Hey, just want to clear the air. Everything cool? Because I heard this. Not that I should listen to it, but I heard this and I want to, And then he talked about how he started but I do mine different. And yeah, he was already tired of streaming her and doing all that stuff. So some people say the torch was passed, even though it really wasn't. Because I didn't ask him if I could do that. I didn't need to. And he didn't ask me to continue doing it. He didn't have to do that. But I just kind of picked up where it was different. It was different the way I did it. And so I cleared it up with him. And so we're good. He said, I got no beef with you at all. And I'm not copying you or anything like that. I'm just, I'm doing this my way. And it kind of just took off on its own. And we were good. No issues there at all. And so it continued. And that's how the VT Chronicles was born. And then a lot of criticism. I don't want to call it hate. You get the people that watch her, that follow her religiously. And why are you streaming her? And why are you making fun of her? I never made fun of her. I mean, here and there, I probably have. But, we get into all this conversation about why do people go live? Why do people put their lives in front of a camera, in front of a live audience? And, with that comes responsibility and, acceptance. It's like you're putting your life out there for the public to see. People are going to criticize and they're going to watch and they're going to say what they feel. And people are going to say things. People are going to react to you. And not comparing her to the Hollywood elite. But nobody knows better than the Hollywood elite. They get talked about and criticized and, nasty Twitter messages and all that stuff. And that's part of the deal. To thine own self be true. I'm putting myself out here all the time. When people are not going to like it, they're going to say stuff. So, and I've said this story a bunch of times. You're going to put your life out here. Sometimes they provide way too much information. And, they get you hooked. And, for their own reasons, for the views or for the audience, or some people maybe are monetizing off it. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with any of that stuff. And and the monetizing part, I really don't have an issue with. I don't care if they are even the pandering or begging or whatever for Cash App. People are going to do what they want with their money. And if you feel like contributing for whatever, or supporting someone for whatever, that's your business. I don't necessarily think it's a scam. It's a scam when you're promised something and they don't deliver. Like, oh, I have this product, who wants to buy it, or whatever, or a raffle, for example. And you sell 40 or 50 tickets, and you obviously have the money, but all of a sudden the product doesn't deliver, or the winner doesn't get their product. That's a scam. But somebody asking for money constantly, even though it might not be in good taste. But you know what? If people want to help out for whatever the reason, or just feel like contributing because they liked the program they watch or whatever, that doesn't bother me at all. But the criticism was always there. He changes tunes. Why are you streaming her? And why are you making fun of her? And all this. I mean, it's always been the same thing. And my thing was always the same. My response was always the same. She put her life out there, and now she blocks a lot of people. It really became because she would block a lot of people. And why her in particular? Just circumstance. Just because she was there, she's local to us down here in South Texas. She was running for office. She was obviously, something was wrong, and I was like, yeah, I don't want this person to represent me or my state. And it kind of, again, took a life of its own. And then it became I don't want her in office. So we have, I'm teaching you, this is a public service that I'm doing. This is your candidate. This is the candidate that wants to do this and do that, and look at all the shenanigans. And she would put herself live every day. I mean, hours and hours and hours. I was amazed at the time. I was amazed how much someone could talk just alone for so long. 2 or 3 hours a shot, sometimes 2 or 3 hours twice a day, or an hour each time, 3 or 4 times a day. And I was amazed. I was like, man, if she's going to be a politician, this might be right up her alley, because she's got the gift of gab. But then as you keep watching, it becomes something else. You're like, something's wrong here. I really don't want this person in office. And then, the criticism and why you're doing it. And I had to explain to everybody, they put their life out there. I truly believe she did everything possible to get everyone interested in her life, to sympathize with her. And I know at some point she was with the Cash App and all this stuff, but I don't care if the people were sending her money or whatever. But she wanted you interested in what's going on with her. She wanted you to know that she's a victim, how she was victimized, who victimized her. So it's like people kind of get, man, that's terrible. That's awful. Why is everybody doing this to her? That's terrible. So everybody was hooked. And then she started blocking people. And she started blocking people and blocking. So now people want to watch and they can't. Like her, dislike her, or just want to know what's going on with her cases and her kids and the video and then that video and what's going on in her life. Well, she got everyone interested, but now she wants no one to see because she keeps blocking everybody. So it became a thing where, oh, Manny, can you show it? Because I can't watch it, I'm blocked. Or I can't watch it, I'm blocked. And I would get that, a few times a day. We can't watch it, we're blocked. We can only watch her when you stream her. So I was like, all right, I'll stream it. And I started doing that, and and is she a draw? Yes, people would watch. People would gather and get into chat, just like you guys right now, and people, but I don't know. What is your reasoning for it? You guys can answer that better than me. For the most part, it's the fact that she's interesting kind of creature. And everybody wants to know, what's she going to say? Whoa, she said that? Or what's she talking about? Or whatever the case may be. She's a draw and people like to watch. Okay. And it just continued. Then you get the other local pages or some local people around here that feel that they needed to come to her defense. So then they start criticizing, and then they start going after me personally, looking for stuff. What have I done? Looking in my closet to see what kind of skeletons are there. And there are skeletons. We've all got them. And threats were made. So then I backed off a little bit. And, since then things have changed. And now, you know what? I really don't care. Whatever, I don't live in my past. You try not to make certain mistakes all over again. Hopefully when you make a mistake, you learn from them, right? And it is what it is. And if they want to say something or talk about something or bring something up, fine, I don't care, whatever. And then I got tired of her for a while. Stopped streaming her for a couple of months. It really got boring. It really did. You guys, some of you have seen it. Bam and I just sitting here, just watching her, falling asleep. It's a lot of the same old stuff. So we quit for a while. And then recently popped back up again. And, and this is where we are right now, where I stand with her. And still, there are some people that don't like it. And this is the life that you choose when you want to go public. And, and I'm in the same boat. Somebody can do a show about me, criticize me, or, they claim they don't like many people claim they don't watch and they don't like, yet they watch and listen. And I'm not going to call them out. It's just, I don't know. I don't understand that sometimes. So then the things we talk about, some of the crazy things we talked. I mean, the last one we did, we're talking about tampons and stuff. What the heck are we doing? And I told Bam, I'm like, did we stand that a little too long maybe? And, but we'll gauge it by what you guys are doing in the chat. And that's kind of that's what I try to gauge, whether or not time to switch topics, stay on it, or whatever. And I know you guys we all were into it. It was a funny conversation. And but just crazy. And then so I watch a couple other programs, and somebody sent me messages, hey, you gotta watch this, you gotta listen. And there's people saying, the people that say that they don't watch or don't like me anymore are there saying, and they were talking about tampon and Kotex tonight. So they were on that program while they were watching us, reporting back what we were talking about. So it's like, whatever. And that happens a lot. And the feud they got, I think if you're online, you make yourself susceptible to whatever or whoever wants to criticize or doesn't like you, period, whatever. And thus is life, as they say. I think I don't understand why some people just can't accept criticism and just leave it at that. I know some people don't like me. I don't care. The difference is I got thick skin. I don't know if thin-skinned people are in Texas or what, but I'm from Chicago. This stuff, if certain things are going to be said or exposed, and it's going to affect people, either my family or people that I love, then I could hesitate because I don't want them to get hurt. And that's why I have hesitated with some things in the past. But not anymore. Because there's an understanding now. And things are different now. And I'm not backing down from anything. This is I don't find what I'm doing is wrong. It's a reaction video. You guys ever watch reaction videos? People that have never seen a movie, particular movie at all, or they've never heard this music or seen the music video or heard the song or whatever. Watching a whole bunch of those, and that's all that it is. Just a reaction. I know Bam is Bam, and he says what he says and expresses himself, and I know he rides that line, and that's okay too. When did it become, oh, he said something about me, so, let me go file a police report? When did it get to that? I don't understand. And I know on a different level, you want to talk about Molly Golightly and what was the other girl, the other woman, Katie? And they're like calling the police on each other. And we're talking about two different parts of the country. Calling the police on each other and just all that, man, that's... Maybe that's another one too. It's like, why can't people why can't you just accept criticism and deal with it or leave it alone or ignore it or address it? But why do you got to put each other in jail? Why do you got to call the police on each other? Why do you got to go vandalize? Say all this stuff got too personal for some reason. At some point, somebody can't handle the insult or whatever. I don't know how it started. I'm talking about down here locally. But should people be able to do what we do and talk about the things we talk about and criticize? And the answer to that is hell yeah. Free speech. In my case, I'm not going to talk about anybody else's case. In my case, I'm not inciting violence. I'm not telling people to go, hey, go do this or go stalk somebody or go take pictures of somebody. I don't do any of that. And when I have gone to court to watch, that's because that's my right as an American citizen to go to any courtroom in this country, whether I live in the state or in the city or not. I can go to any courtroom, sit down and watch the case and see what it's about. Whether I know who it is or I don't know who it is, that's irrelevant. I can go to any courthouse in this country and sit and watch and then get behind my microphone, talk about what happened, critique, tell the facts. So, and I know it's when you have the actual facts that some people don't want exposed, and that's when they get angry. Well, too bad. It is what it is. I'll say it again, I don't hate her. I don't even know if I dislike her. It's just, I don't know her, so I can't necessarily dislike her. Have a lot of questions, a lot of thoughts, yes. But I don't know how it became, how people get so butthurt. Oh, they said something about me. Oh, he's saying this or he's talking about me or whatever. Let me file a police report. I don't know if one has been filed on me. I don't care if there has been. Yeah, nothing. And and I'll get more viewers from it because they're going to have to watch. They're going to have to watch these videos. And they're going to ask, okay, where exactly did he say this or that or claim or say he was going to act on this or act on that? Do you have proof? Did he follow you? No. Did he stalk you? No. Well, then what's the problem? And the problem is that the legal community here down here is not telling them you can't do anything. He can talk about whatever he wants to talk about. As long as he doesn't cross this line right here, he can say whatever he wants to say. He doesn't have to like you. He doesn't have to love you. He can say whatever he wants to say. This goes for everybody. They can all say whatever they want to say. Even if I hated her, yeah, I hate her. And I don't like her because of this and because of that. I can say that. It turns bad when you start acting on things and doing things, and that's different. I never done that. So in that aspect, I'm not afraid of any of that. And then, I just started wondering about, why do people go online? I know a lot of people went online during the pandemic. People were stuck at home and working at home. Yeah, I see all your comments. I'm not putting them all up right now. Now, at this point, I'm very behind on comments. But somebody said, thanks for letting us express ourselves. Yeah, you know what? I'm not a fan of blocking people and doing that kind of thing unless they get very belligerent and rude and abusive, that kind of thing. And then I probably will. But just because someone disagrees, I'm not going to block them just for that. I don't care if you laugh at me, put a laughing emoji. I'm not going to block you for that. I think that's silly. I try not to, Victor is very easygoing. Talk about digital dimwit. Very easygoing guy. Very mellow. I know he's into. We've talked before. Where we've done movie reviews, not necessarily a movie review, but we've talked about movies and music. Or we're doing a show on something else, and then we'll get into movies and music, and then it's like you can't shut us up. And but he likes to cover himself a lot. Saying, I'm not this, or I'm not saying this because of this, or I'm not saying this because of that, and I'm not saying because of this, and and that's him. He feels the need to say that, and I say that sometimes on occasion. My biggest thing is that all these different platforms, locally anyway, are looking for support. So the minute I mention a name or a group or a page, the other side will attack me. Oh, now he supports her. Look at that. Or now he supports him. Look at that. Look at what he said. And it's like just because and I said this, and I keep saying it, I should make a t-shirt out of it. Just because I mentioned someone, just because I mentioned something, it doesn't mean I support them. Just because I refer to them doesn't mean I support them. I stand alone. I don't support any of them. I don't like the feud that they got going. It's gotten too personal and it's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And now they're at a point, if I'm not mistaken, where they can't even talk about it. And it's like they've got nothing to talk about. If they can't go at each other, there's nothing at all whatsoever. That's not cool. They should get online and do a show about something else, or a program live about something else. That's what I think. And then I saw a comment the other day that Manny is nothing without Vanessa. And it's like, I was doing fine just before her. And what I do like about streaming her is all the interaction. All you guys commenting. Every time I post something or the video, the comments of a video, even days after, you guys are still commenting and responding to each other. That interaction. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy seeing the interaction. I really do enjoy that. And on my page, I post news stories and other things like that, and I try to get your opinions on different things and get a conversation going. And none of the other pages do that, but I've been doing that since for a long time, and I enjoy seeing the reaction. That's why when I got those messages from Facebook, what did it say? You had 10,000 10,000 whatever interactions. I forget what it said. And I was like, that's what I like. I don't have to make $5,000 a month with all this. I'm not trying to make 5 or 10 grand a month. I'm not. That's not about. It's not about. I'm not at a point where I want to quit my day job. I want to do this and earn my money here like that. Believe it or not, doing this to earn that kind of money is a lot of work. That's a lot of work. And I don't know if I'll ever be at that point. And then they're gonna say, "Oh, but you put your cash up." Yeah, you know what? If somebody likes the program or the discussion, and they want to, I call it a tip bucket, and they want to leave a tip in the bucket. Fine, I'll provide those outlets. The Cash App and the PayPal, whatever. But I try not to be so. What's the word for that? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. Obviously, it's always welcome, but I'm not going to stop doing a show because nobody's contributing or nobody. It's not like that at all. And however, having said all of that, with the exception of acting on things and getting violent, the free speech, again, as long as you remain within YouTube's rules or Facebook's rules, community standards, whatever, you should be able to say whatever you want to say. And I'm talking about on a basic level. People should be able to hear some criticism and either laugh it off or if you want to respond. But don't let it get you so angry where now you gotta vandalize. It gets personal, it gets physical. That's ridiculous. And what that does really, you can start to ruin it for everyone. And I know everybody wants everybody arrested. You say one thing wrong about somebody, and they want to have you arrested or press charges or whatever foolishness that is. I will defend my right to free speech, and if they feel they need to arrest me, and if I get arrested for making an insult, and I will go to court. I do have an attorney. Not afraid to use it if I have to. But I think it's foolish. All that is dumb. To go at it so hardcore that now you can't even talk, and now you can't even go online for fear that you might say something. Anyway, yes, somebody mentioned the thing with Katie and Molly is on a whole other level. Different circus, right? And I was a part of that. I almost got into that as well. I got into it just a little bit. Then I was like, no, did pick up a few followers from either of those. I think more from Molly, because I used to visit with her here and there, and for what she is, people like to watch her. She would have thousands of people watching every time, and what's happened to her? I don't know. Is she still on? I don't even know. I know there was the whole thing with Marvin and Cash App, and that's another thing that got way out of control. And that's why I wanted nothing to do with it. It started off with her trying to help raise funds. So there was a Cash App. But then next thing you know, there were 2 or 3 or 4 different Cash Apps floating around, and you didn't know which one was the real one. And I was not going to promote. I mean, I wanted to help at the beginning, and I was going to say, hey, if anybody wants to donate to a Cash App to help his mom or grandmother go and visit him for that cause, I was going to say, yeah, here's the Cash App. But the second it was more than one Cash App, and then there started questions of, what's happening with the money. That's when I just, you know what, I got a bad feeling about this. And I backed off of that. And I tried to get back into it, following Dre a little bit to see what's going on with Marvin. And I'm glad he's not dead. But, the details she's not releasing a lot of the details. And it sucks not to know what's going on with him. I hope he makes a recovery. But, that's why I thought about streaming her for a while too. And I just couldn't. I was like, I just couldn't. So then someone brought up the point, and who brought up this point. It's like, how come they only stream women? How come they only stream women? And they try to make it sound like we were targeting women. Or me, for example, targeting women. I tried to. There's not a lot of guys who are too way out there like her. I know there was another guy in Raymondville. I think it was Raymondville, who he's got some serious issues also. But he didn't post a lot. And I watched him once, and I was like, it wasn't the same. And if it was a crazy dude or somebody that would, record his antics as well as she did, I don't care if it's a man or a woman. It's interesting to react to something that's worth reacting to. But yeah, that whole Molly thing, I don't know what happened with them. I don't know where that stands right now. I don't know if Molly is online or if she's offline or whatever. And men are from, women from, we're different. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. And I know she's got a couple things coming up. She's got court next month. And I think someone asked me before, why do you want her to go to jail? I'm like, I never said I wanted her to go to jail. I'm just interested to find out if she's ever going to be made to be responsible for whatever she's done. I don't agree that she keeps saying, they've given her her arrests. Oh, they gave me my first arrest. Remember, she was in law school and they arrested her so she wouldn't go to law school, so that she would have to drop out. I don't buy that. Is it wrong for me to say that? No, it's my opinion. I can say I don't believe her. So, I'm not going to keep doing that where, I'm not going to watch what I say. I'll let Bam do his strong critique. It's been funny having Bam. It's been like they say, it's been a hoot. And maybe we'll do some stuff this weekend as well. But yeah, anybody can get online and give their opinion. I'm surprised more haven't. I know a lot of people are shy, and I was too. I didn't want to be online. When we first went on with the other page, I was like, well, I'll do whatever, but don't put me on camera. No, I had to be on camera for whatever reason. I didn't have to be, but it turned out that way. Then when I started talking, forget it. You couldn't shut me up. Then I was like, when are we going back live? And then we were live 6 days a week. That's how much I enjoyed it. We enjoyed it that much. It's 6 days a week, and then sometimes twice a day. It's like it wasn't enough, and then you just something about it, and then you start sharing some, personal things, what's going on with you and stuff like that. And I found out that that's what people like to hear, what's going on with you for real. How do you deal in your daily life with real things that are happening to you? And the problem is I sometimes overshared and stuff, and people take advantage of what they hear, and I don't understand the fascination with me selling Avon. I don't get it. I don't understand why that's such a bad thing or whatever. I don't care what they say about it. I don't understand. I know we're in a very the culture is strong down here, and macho is a big thing. And I am pretty much secure with myself in that way. I don't think for anyone that sells that or some stuff like that doesn't make you gay or anything or whatever, what they try to say, I think they got nothing. They got nothing else to talk about. That's probably it. They got nothing else to talk about. No, yeah, it's and I'm not shocked easily. So sometimes I will do one of these numbers like, oh my god, and it's really like, I can't believe he just said that. A lot of the stuff we would try to save for after 10 o'clock, like a pillow talk. But I know he can't always be here that late, especially during the week, because he gets up real early, and I got to be up super early at the crack tomorrow morning. So I was almost going to cancel this. What? Will you agree with me that you look like Jimmy Smits? I don't think so. I mean, I appreciate it. I like Jimmy Smits. Really? I don't think so. But that's cool. I'm okay with that. That's not somebody bad to be compared to. Somebody's saying, I think when this boyfriend thing ends, she's going to say someone paid that guy to talk to her. I think the dude's a scammer. I think the minute we heard him say, yeah, somebody wants to do a GoFundMe for a ticket, they're like, that was it. I think if there was true interest, true and sincere interest, and if he could, he said, you know what? I'm going to buy myself a ticket. I'm going to fly over there. But that was not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm surprised if she ever hears from him again, or if she ever brings him up again. If it put her in a good frame of mind for some of the things that he said, well, good for her. Lois is asking a question here. Somebody else has asked me this many times. Hi, Lois. How do you keep Vanessa from blocking you? As you know, she blocked me because I was worried about driving and looking at her phone. Yeah, I remember that. I had been watching her for several months. I never said anything hateful to her, but she tore me down and made me out to be a horrible person and a liar. I'm neither of those things, and I was really hurt by it. Well, you just met the real Vanessa. She's someone that went after a woman who showed up in the middle of the program and said, hey, I just got here. What's going on? What's the discussion? And she ripped her a new one and attacked her. At one of my videos, this is from last year, and attacked her for asking what's going on, and said, well, you're going to have to watch the replay. You think we're going to sit here and tell you what's going on? And oh man, it was horrible. So don't feel bad about it, Lois. Now, why doesn't she block me? Probably because she thinks she's collecting evidence. Uh, Probably because I have not gone to her page and commented and been rude or any of that. I never go to her page ever. I've never commented on her page at all, ever. And I don't feel that's my place to do something like that. Perhaps the days that I go there and say something, then she may block me. Uh, so that's probably why, Lois. But don't feel bad. Please don't. Don't take it personal. That's just Vanessa being Vanessa. I promise. Oh yeah, you can go to actually I gotta update my link, I think. Let's see. I think. Yeah. You can go to here, watch this. It's easy. This is the Avon thing. I'm gonna put the link right here in the comments. It's real simple, and I appreciate it. Those are who are asking about it. Yeah, I put it in the comments. Shopwithmanny.com. And I don't actually see your orders. I don't see your credit card, your payment, none of that stuff. Everything gets done through corporate. I'll just get an email later that says so and so placed an order, and that's what I get. I don't ship anything. I don't receive your money. Everything gets done through corporate, ships directly from Avon direct to you guys, right to your door. So no more personal hand-to-hand delivery, that kind of thing. Even though it's still done, it's just just do it that way. And people love Avon. Oh my goodness. Summer's coming up. That combination bug spray, what do you call it? Suntan lotion / bug spray. Very popular. Very, very huge seller. Big seller. So if you do use that and you do pick up some things or need some, or you know somebody who does, very much appreciated. And it's just a hustle, you know. Sometimes in life you need more than one side gig to accomplish something and do what you need to do and get by, however you want to say it. You know, I feel better doing that or having a raffle, right? Having a raffle. Yes, I'm going to profit on it. I'm doing it for whatever my reasoning is. Raising funds because I want or need this or that. That's better for me than just saying, what? There's 61 people in here? Okay, everybody send me $1 right now. Everybody send me $1. You know, and people do that, and that's fine. I don't care. It's just not for me. I'd rather, here, you know what? Buy stuff from here and you can help me out that way. Buy stuff from here, help me out that way. I have a printing service also, graphic design. I do business cards, banners, posters, you know, that kind of stuff like that. I do that. Yeah, you know what? If you need some supplies or need business cards or banners, and huge banner sales, you know, I appreciate that. I would rather earn my money that way than saying, please send me $5 cash app. Please send me $1 cash app. You know, just not my thing. And people will say, oh, well, you know, you begged for BAM, you know, got a computer. Say, you know what? BAM, we decided he was going to be a bigger part of the show. He needed a better computer. He had a machine that wasn't working out. So I asked you guys for help. I'm like, I'm going to do a GoFundMe. If you can help me out, let's get BAM a new computer. And it happened. It took, I don't know, a week. And we got him a MacBook similar to mine, and We were very appreciative. We're very, very, very transparent about it. Everybody knew how much he had when he placed the order, when he received it. We did the unboxing online and everything. And, that was not a scam either. That was done through the goodness of your hearts. And we do appreciate that. I know Bam really appreciates it. So, yep. Yeah, I know it's getting kind of late. Just about to be an hour. I got to get up at like 5:30. No, Notre Dame is not Chuck. Chuck is Chuck. You'll see Chuck. Chuck's name is in his name. Yeah, I mean, the ultimate point to a raffle is to raise money, right? To raise funds. Obviously, you have to pay for the item itself. And then anything above that is a profit. And, there's a lot of times where I've been short this month or that month, or wanted to do this but couldn't, and wanted to do that but I couldn't. But I just can't. What do they call it? Dry begging. I can't. When I ever do it, it's usually a joke. But I've had like, I don't know, pride, where I can't say, everybody send me $1, send me $1, everybody, I'd rather say, hey, you need some Avon? Pick up some Avon. You need some banners or business cards? Hey, call me up. I got, the hookup for that. And so basically, I'd rather work for my money. And there used to be a time where people would, donate or tip. I'll call it tip. It would tip and say, hey, go get yourself lunch tomorrow on me, or go get breakfast on me, or hey, pick up that cup of coffee you want on me, or the Starbucks card, or this and stuff like that. And I think that's just the kindness from you all, for enjoying the program, and or whatever your reason, that's just what's in your heart, and it's always appreciated. Yeah, Naya, just send me a message. I got to get my Facebook for my business. I've got to get that a little more cleaned up. I got busy for a while, and then I just kind of neglected it. So I'll be posting more stuff from up there too. The Avon stuff, you can say it's right there, shopwithmanny.com. And you'll start to see my print broker page up there as well. And I'll display that in the next days to come. So if you do need, if you own a business, or if you know someone who does, any kind of refill is much appreciated. Oh yeah, he did. He really did need that computer. I'm trying to get him to get a microphone, but it's okay. He's got that headset, and that's going good right now. Yeah, I know. We're gonna hit the sack. Maybe you know what? But the next few days, I've got daytime schedule, so I'll be able to come on in the evening for sure. So why don't we do that? All right, let's wrap it up right there. Thank you so much for hanging out on this super late night. And there's probably more I need to say about, people who go live and that kind of stuff. And not necessarily right here in South Texas, but just in general, I want to talk about. I don't want to get into it right now because time just disappeared. Holy crap, it's an hour already. But I do want to talk about the phenomenon that became going live, and so much can be done with a live program. So, but we'll get into that. I know my friend Abel, has been wanting to come online. I think he got his tech problems figured out, so he might be joining us this weekend too. So I'll let you guys know for sure. Tomorrow, most likely. All right. What time is it? 1:47 Central Time. It's almost 2 a.m. Get to bed, everybody. I appreciate you being here with me tonight. And we'll catch up to you in the next, probably tomorrow night. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. It's have a bigger crowd than I expected for tonight, being that it was so late. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night. Have a good night.